everyone, it's Alexandra back again for another video, and in today's video this is going to be me telling you guys I once did a sport. Now you guys are going to probably think in the back of your minds like, Alexandra, did you really? Or are you guys going to think that I'm lying to your face right now? And the answer to that is no, I am not lying to your faces, you guys. I once actually did do a sport. Unfortunately, I do not do that sport anymore, or any sports at all. So basically, you guys, in this video, since right now we're in sports season with baseball and mostly basketball too, I thought I would just tell you guys a little story on when I once did a sport. And maybe a lot of you would probably be curious to know that when I did it, it was something that probably not a lot of you would expect from me, because I don't know if you guys would consider me once an athlete. I don't know. Okay, well anyways, this is going to be a story time video and what I learned after I did it, or why I didn't continue doing it and stuff like that. Anyways, let's get started. So, I started doing basketball. That is the sport I did. I started playing basketball at my school back in 2012. So, in the spring of 2012, so 5 years ago, I started playing basketball with a few other people as well. And honestly, I thought it was really interesting. It was the first time I actually really thought about doing a sport. Even though I was only 14 years old, I was like, this would be fun to do a sport and probably get myself involved with other people and just see how it goes. So it wasn't that much of a season. It lasted about 2 months or so. Just around this time in 2 months. I'm pretty sure. I can't really remember on the top of my head. But anyways, I thought it was actually a really good experience. It was actually something that was fun. I got to visit different schools most of the time, and then other times I would have other schools come to my school and we would compete against each other. However, the first year that I did it, my team and I, we weren't terrible. There were some people on my team that were really good. Some needed more work. But that's okay. We all have to learn and get better eventually. But if it doesn't work out for some people, that's okay too. But anyways, for the first year that I played basketball, we didn't win any games whatsoever. It was something that obviously wasn't easy for a lot of us, like including me. And it was just something, actually, it was fun, but definitely wasn't easy, like I said. So every time I used to go out on the court, whenever we had to practice, I was after school a couple times during the week for practice, and then once a week I would always have, for at least 2 months, I believe I just can't remember, like I said, but basically for over a month or so I had to go back to my school and have games and all that. But most of the time I would always just stay at the school until like probably around 4:30ish, something like that. So I wasn't after school that long, but definitely it was long enough where sometimes if we went to away games it would be a little bit longer, but that would probably be around like 5:30 or something, if I am remembering correctly. But besides that, overall, I thought it was a really fun experience. I learned so many different techniques in basketball. I met so many different people, and it was just an overall really good experience. And after the first year of doing it, I got a medal for at least doing good. Like my whole team, we all got medals, at least for doing the best that we could, even though we lost every game in the first year, but that's okay. We all did our best that we could. That's all that matters. And to the other team, I remember me and my teammates, we always just congratulated them for winning, and just knowing next time that the other teams just said they wished us luck for next time. So, that's always a good sport and stuff. Always be a good sport too, people, just saying. But after the first year of doing it, I just remember thinking, like, it would be fun to do that again. So, once I got to 8th grade, I did it again, and I thought, again, I would love to do it again, because it was something I really enjoyed doing when I was in 7th grade. And so once I was in 8th grade, I did it again. So in 8th grade, I did it again, and I really can't remember if I won any games that year at all. I think my team and we won a few games, but not that much. I just can't remember on top of my head. But anyways, overall, yet again, I had a really good time playing. I met a few new people who weren't on the team my first year. So overall, I thought it was yet again fun. It was really good visiting other schools again. Some of them were the same as the year before, so it wasn't that much of a difference, but it was still a very good experience. again, I had some of the same teammates. So when I had some of the same teammates, it was actually really good because then I got to talk with them again and all that. I mean, I was a little shy, so I really didn't talk to that many of my teammates. But overall, we all still, all of us together cooperated really well together. Like, we worked together well. We helped each other out if we needed the help, practiced together. If we were after school for practice, we would get together and just practice our shooting skills and all that, even though I still needed a lot of work at one time, or maybe more than that. But overall, it was still really good. Near the end of the season, I remember just thinking, it would be fun to do it again, even though it was my very last year in middle school and I was getting ready to move up to high school. I was just like, it would be fun to do it again, I thought it would be amazing to just, go out there and just meet other new people that are now in high school I'm going to be going with, and maybe I would have fun then. Bad news is, and sad news, probably both anyway, I unfortunately did not continue doing basketball. I really realized after school started, once I started high school, I really wanted to focus on school. There were other times I really knew I wanted to focus on school, but I also wanted to focus on basketball because that was something I really enjoyed doing. Plus, when I met those people back when I was in middle school, I was wondering maybe once they come up to the high school at some point, or if they're going to other high schools, maybe I'll get to be with them again or compete against them or something. So overall, I sometimes missed that. And once unified, it was like a unified team basically. I forgot to clarify that. It was like a unified team for basketball. Just wanted to clarify that a little bit. Sorry, I didn't say it in the very beginning. But basically, it was for both boys and girls, so anyone could join basically. And all I remember back was I was really disappointed that I couldn't do it again because I met some new people when I came up to the high school that were doing it, and they had a few of them probably would have asked me if I ever did it. And I know there was some people who really thought maybe they needed new players and all that, but I ended up just not doing it. And unfortunately, for the first year in high school, I didn't even go and watch the games either because I was just not really into it, I guess. I mean, mostly I was just busy with school, so that was my big priority, was school. So then after I was done with freshman year, I just decided, well, that was unfortunate that I didn't get to do it. And then once I got to sophomore year, I still, yet again, didn't do it. So another year, and I had to focus on school again. It was my second year in high school, and I was just like, it would be fun to do it, but unfortunately, just didn't happen. So it was a little bit of a disappointment because I really wished I could have done it. And some of my friends that I had on the team that I became friends with back when I was in middle school were coming up to the high school, and I would have loved to go and watch them play, but turns out I was focusing on school and I was always busy with other things, so I just didn't really, get to go. So that was a little bit, again, disappointment. So I knew some of the players that were on it from when I first started high school, from when I was in middle school, until then I realized there was some new people as well that were just doing it for the first time and joining, so I thought that was really good too. But it wasn't until I was in my junior year, so last year, so it'll be almost a year, but basically last year when I was in my junior year, I just, I didn't do it again, so yes, I know I'm saying this a lot, that I didn't do it again. But I just remember my junior year, I wished I could have done it, but junior year was pretty hectic at first, a little bit for me, mostly because of the classes I was taking, because I was taking more than one of the same course. So, I was taking social studies twice last year. I took 2 social studies classes last year. I took European history and I took sociology. So those 2 together, I always back-to-back every day I was dealing with different social studies classes. So that alone, besides my other academics, were really like, oh my gosh, crazy. But I still pulled it together. I got my work done. But it turns out, believe it or not, after a while, because believe it or not, you guys, I'm going to tell you a little story, just a little bit. My boyfriend and I met through basketball, believe it or not. That's how we met. A lot of you probably want to know how we met. That is a little spoiler alert. We actually met through basketball when we were both in middle school together. So, it basically wasn't until after he and I started dating, and around the time last year is when I actually started going out to the games and actually going to watch him. And it was always really fun. I always, whenever I used to go to his games a lot last year. I used to remember thinking, that was the time when we were doing it together, and I just remember we would always just give each other nice feedback when we did it together. And then once he was done with his games, I always went to his home games because his away games are a little far away from here. Not that far, but definitely far enough where I can't unfortunately go. But every time it's the home games, I always try to go, and I always have fun when I go, because every time I go now, I always go to cheer him on, and then a few other people, just to be a good, person in the stands, that's what they say sometimes. But overall, I usually now go for my boyfriend. Last year, I did go for him, and then another one of our friends who graduated last year, too. So that alone has just been amazing. And this year, my boyfriend is doing basketball again. This is actually his 5th year doing it. And I'm really proud of him for sticking by it, because I know he really likes basketball. And I would love to do it again if I could, but unfortunately, since a lot of you are probably going to ask, would I consider doing it again? I absolutely would, but now that I'm graduating soon, I can't unfortunately do it. And yeah, but I can always go and, if I want to go somewhere and practice it, I guess I could if I want to, but I'm not going to force myself if I don't really think it's the purpose or need. But yeah, so my boyfriend's doing basketball now, and I'm really proud of him. He actually has been doing really good since he's been doing it, and he is actually the high scorer. So if you're watching this, babe, I'm really proud of you, and you're just amazing. So yeah, so basically now I just go to him for sports, and I go to him usually every other week or every couple weeks. Usually it's every other week, basically. He has home games at our school, so I'll always go to those because it's close, and I can always just stay at my school until the game's over, which isn't very long at all. So that's always really good that I get to go there and watch when he's at home, and then I can cheer him on and just be a very proud girl right there. So anyways, you guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I know it was really long, but I hope you guys got somewhat inspired by me telling you guys me doing sports, because I thought that was really interesting. If I ever had to do it again, like I said, I definitely would, but because I'm graduating in a couple months, I unfortunately cannot do it now. I mean, I could have done it this year, because my boyfriend's basketball team just started not too long ago, just a few weeks ago for practices, and then they're having their second game today, so I could have done it if I wanted to, but unfortunately, I did not. But at least I get to go and watch him play, which is always really good when it's at home anyway. But anyways, like I said, I hope you guys got inspired by me telling you guys my story on it. And yeah. Anyways, if you guys want me to do any other videos, something like this, I'll try my best. I'm not going to say I'm going to be the best at it, because I'm not very good at sports. I'm not very good at sports at all, but at least I did my best when I played for 2 years. 7th and 8th grade. I did my best that I could, but at least I tried. Alright, you guys, well, that is it for this video. I know it was really long, but yeah, like I said, this was like a story time video, so yeah. Anyways, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you really enjoyed it. Comment down below any sport you guys have ever played, or if you're in a sport right now, what sport are you in, or what was a favorite sport that you like in general. Anyways, thanks for watching, you guys, and don't forget, on Friday, I'm actually going to have a special video for you guys on Friday, so subscribe if you guys are new to my channel, and yeah. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday with another video. So don't forget to see it if you guys don't want to miss it. Anyways, follow me on my links down below. And yeah, you guys have a good rest of your day. And I will see you guys on Friday in my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace. Bye, everybody.